Hi guys, I'm here with Natalia today. She's our social media manager.
And today we'll be chatting all things social. We'll be covering how often you should be posting, what time of day you should post, how you can accurately measure success, and more.
So Natalia, social media as a marketing stream can be really polarizing. Can you settle this once and for all for us? What are the benefits of social media?
It's a really effective platform for reaching new audiences. It's also a really effective platform for sharing your new product or services with your existing audiences. So having a social media presence allows you to build up credibility and authority within your brand, build a portfolio of your work, and then also through the advertising, get the new audiences to your site and increase that conversion for you.
Well, each business seems to have a different posting schedule. Some post monthly, some post weekly, some post every day. So what is the best frequency? How often should businesses be posting on social media?
My biggest goal and recommendation is consistency. So if you're gonna post 5 times a week, post 5 times a week every week. Don't be sporadic, because that's where you are gonna lose the interest in the consumer. I think starting off with 3 posts a week is very effective because you're not saturating your audience with all this content, and also you don't have that much content at the beginning to start off with. You're still learning what works. Is it the business side of things? Is it the personal? What kind of content relates to people? So having a nice balance of 3 posts a week really gets you to know the audience, gets that data for you, and then you can build up from there. But have it consistent. Don't post once a month and then 3 times the next month. It's just not going to get you the results you want.
So in your experience, you've worked across hundreds of clients. When do you think is the best time to post?
My opinion would be early in the mornings and in the afternoon, so around 6:30 a.m. post, so you get that window from 6:30 to around 8, and then also from 5:30 until 7, that window there as well, where people are commuting. However, Facebook and Instagram in particular have changed their algorithm, which means that there's no chronological order of the timeline. So things are just shared to the consumer or shared to the followers that Facebook know will engage with it.
Okay, so that makes it trickier.
Yes. Organic engagement is not dead. If you have really quality content that's exciting, informative, inspirational, people are going to like it, and so Facebook are going to share the next post with that same audience who've engaged with it. If you don't have engaging content and you post at the time that you think it is, you still might not get that engagement. So what we recommend to our clients is having a boosting strategy, which is putting budget behind the post to reach more people and get engagement in terms of likes, comments, and shares, because that's where you're really going to get the bread and butter that you want to build up that engagement for future posts that you do, and hopefully increase that organic engagement.
A trap that many businesses fall into is focusing too much on the vanity metrics.
Things like how many followers they have.
So what metrics should businesses be using to measure the success and the quality of their content, and how can they build an engaged community that's more than just likes on their page?
So a few years ago you were able to buy likes, and you still can now, but people were buying unqualified likes, which meant that they had 30,000 followers and getting 3 likes on the post. People can see through that now really easily, and it also affects with the when Facebook or Instagram are going to post your content to the qualified audience. So making sure that engagement holds more value than likes is important. Having an engaged post in terms of likes, comments, and shares is way more valuable, because that's another stamp of approval that people like your content, they're engaging with it in some way or another. So with the post, what we try to do here is we do a 70-30 rule. So 70% of the content is engaging, interesting, and inspirational, and 30% is a soft sell. So that engaging content, we can ask questions, we can do polls, live streams, things like that, which get the audience to interact with the content, tag their friends, just to help build the comments on the post. And then 30% will be direct selling, which is in a soft way. So if it's e-commerce, we'll tag the product in the post. And then from that, the metric is what's the click-through rate. So the reach, how many people we've reached, how many actually click through to go see the product.
Quality content is really important, we all know that. But coming up with content ideas consistently over and over again must be really difficult. How do you and your team come up with content for all of the clients that you service?
We're all very passionate about social media, so we're all looking, every week we have brainstorming sessions where we look at what content is popular on social media, what is trending, and see if we can translate that into our clients' work. Things at the moment that are trending on social media that we all know of is memes in terms of videos and imagery. Will that work for everyone? Probably not. So how do we find the balance where it's still pushing the service or the product of the client, but making it engaging of what people actually want to see on social media? And that's why we do the 70-30 rule, because no one wants to be pushed products in their face all the time. They want to be inspired by their product. They want to know the backstory of the product. So we have our strategists and our design team that work together to make sure that the content is quality, the right specs for the platform, got the right copy, and then making sure that it's engaging and on brand with the client's service or product.
We've just seen a Facebook algorithm change, and as a result, many businesses are losing organic reach. Does this mean that now businesses need to put a budget behind boosting their posts?
I would highly recommend it, and we don't recommend spending a lot. It doesn't need to be an arm and a leg. It's just a bit of a boost to the right audience. And a lot of people can say, we'll get you 10,000 impressions or reach 10,000 people, but what we do here and what we really pride in is making sure it's qualified. Because we can reach a lot of people, that's easy for a really low cost per click, but it's not the right person. So even if you spend money, you need to make sure it's done in an effective way so that you get the data and you can use that to help with strategy moving forward.
No matter how good your business is, you can't please everyone. Social media backlash is inevitable for any business. So do you have any tips or tricks on how to sort of manage the negative comments that come your way on social media?
Yeah, sure. I think that negative comments is really an opportunity to showcase your customer service. So if you're looking at your reviews and you get a negative review, my tips would be to respond to it in a timely manner, acknowledging the person's issues, but taking that offline. So never come to a solution online, take that offline so you're having that discussion in private. People can definitely see through keyboard warriors, so never be scared or alarmed by negative reviews. It's your opportunity to showcase how you care about your customers' feedback. So it's very important to respond and to have a presence that you're not just behind the screen, that there's someone real and you're commenting as the business owner.
It can be expensive to hire multiple in-house specialists to manage your digital strategy, especially as a small business. So what are the benefits in outsourcing your social media to a company like WME?
Creativity, as we know, can be quite challenging. Everyone thinks that they can post a picture, and of course you can, but having a strategy behind it is what makes it valuable. So knowing what your brand is, knowing the tone of voice, the content, quality, the specs, everything is where we come in. We make sure that their posts go out every single week so that it's consistent, which we know is key, and that leaves you time to focus on what you know. We do, however, have a very collaborative approach with our clients because we know that you know your business best, and we need to make sure that we're showcasing it on social media in the best way. It's time consuming. So we take the time to know what works and create the content, so every week you have something going out. It's engaging, it's product directed or service directed. We know the balance, and we'll get it done for you.
Well, thank you so much, Natalia.
That's okay. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for sharing with us. I'm sure, I hope that everyone's gotten some valuable insights out of that. I know I certainly have. So thanks very much.